I was bullied into mediocrity. The first time it happened, I was 12 years old, I just started high school, and I put my hand up to answer some questions. There are two things that drive adolescents more than virtually anything else. Number one is feeling good about their abilities. And number two is fitting in. High school, it's a rough place. I was an academic kid, so putting my hand up and answering the questions gave me the first one, but it destroyed all chances of me getting the second. Later on that day, while I was being assaulted by a group of lads, one of them turned to me and said, "This is for making us look stupid." Me shining made their light feel dim, and I would hide behind that for a very long time. I became the class clown. I would make fun of the teachers, I would get the bullies laughing. Look, it didn't save me from all of the beatings, and to be fair, it got me quite a few detentions in the process, but it kept me just safe enough for my mind to rely upon this technique. The academic in me got pushed to one side, and the court jester took centre stage. Inevitably, this made my exams suffer. I just froze under pressure. I had all of the knowledge, but I couldn't get it out of my head. Later on in therapy, I learned that this was a trauma response that was trying just to keep me safe at that time. Because if I didn't stand out, I was safe. Fast forward to my mid-20s and I went back to college to study sound engineering. I was older, I was a bit wiser, and the other students around me were in courses that they wanted to be in. I thought this would make me safe. The first set of exams come around and I score a 97.5. I was made up, I was ecstatic. I was able to feel good about being good at something once again. But almost as if the script from high school had been passed on to someone in college, one of the lads turned around and said, "Oh, nice one, mate, making the rest of us look bad." I may have been older, I may have been wiser, but it still stung. I hadn't done any therapy yet, and the inner child in me felt exposed. He felt vulnerable. I didn't return to the old patterns completely. I didn't tank my exams or just let the jester back out on stage, but I quietly withdrew. I did a little bit less than I could in each situation, and I tried to make sure that I just didn't stick out too much. 15 years passed by before it came up again, but by then I was a completely different person. When lockdown happened, I was forced to come off stage and go behind the camera and do online events. And I decided that if I was going to do that, I was going to do it properly. A group of fellow creators came together for a mental health event, and just before we let the audience in, all of the creators were chatting away, and one of them looked at the setup that I had and said, "You're making the rest of us look bad with that." Now, she didn't say it in a way that was horrible and malicious, probably just in a way that felt vulnerable, but it still had some of the same feelings to me. This time, however, I just smiled and said, "That's not my intention at all. I'm just trying to make myself look good." The event went really well, and no, I'm still proud of how I handled it in that moment. I'd be lying if I said that the sting wasn't there somewhere. See, I grew up feeling like I wasn't good enough, and the last thing I ever wanted to do is be the reason someone else feels that. Part of me was still trying to fit in. But how many people choose to fit in when they were born to stand out? Holding back might keep the people around me comfortable, but it'll stop me from being the person I'm truly meant to be. And believe me, that person is so much more useful to the very people that would want to hold me back. When I finally understood this, I had the key. I'm not trying to be better than anyone else. I'm trying to be better for everyone else.